What's going on, everybody? It is the Nicholas Personified Sports Channel, and hopefully everybody's having a great and wonderful holiday weekend. Almost Christmas time for everybody, so hopefully everybody's going to get what they want. Not sure what really I'm going to get, but hopefully I'm thankful for what everybody gets me, and I'm thankful for the family, of course, that I have, and everybody should be the exact same. But otherwise, Chelsea news, not too much, but the main things that I wanted to talk about today was Ben Chilwell news, Christopher Nkunku news, and news on the new Chelsea kit. There was a little bit of an update and a certain photo that came out, I think, a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, about the possible kit that we might be getting. And it looks like that kit may or may not be right. Of course, there's a lot of things that we like to think might be the kit, but of course, will never be 100% correct. I'm not sure there's ever been a time that we've guessed a kit to be exactly correct. So that's my thoughts on that. The Christopher Nkunku thing, we'll get more on it in a little bit. What my current thoughts are, I think that'll be the last thing we dwell on. I think the first thing we'll get into is this kit. So let's hop straight into it. So here we go. Here's the new kit that we're supposed to be getting for this season or an upcoming season, and this was supposed to be the home kit. We've only got the home kit predicted as it stands. And I think it looks pretty good. If I had to have honest opinions about it, I think it's pretty damn good. I don't see it's okay comparing it to this year. Not it's this year's is crazy. When I look, I have the new one. I like it just because it's different. But this one is basic. But I love the basic aspect to it. We do have the home kit doesn't have our normal badge on it. It has the lion. It has like a red around it. If this is obviously not the exact kit, obviously, but I like the red around it. I love the red around the Nike logo. I also like around the I like the striped. I like the white and the blue stripe at the top. I think that looks pretty good. I like the white undertone as well underneath the armpits. I think that looks pretty good as well. If I had to grade this, it basically, we also have a little bit of thing. Can I click these? So this is what Cole Palmer would look like, I guess, in it. I mean, from what we're seeing here, I like the way that looks. Nani, I think that looks pretty cool as well. I like the white all the way down the bottom. I think that looks pretty sick as well. Kugure looks pretty good in it as well. I like the way this looks. This is a pretty decent kick. I like the lion here on the right hand leg. Mootrick on it. Oh no, he might not be playing in this kit. But this is not bad. I like the way this kit looks. This is kind of like another showing of it. There's like the red. There'd be obviously red around the Nike swoop as well. Yeah, and then it shows like kind of the rush blue speed red. This is not a bad kit though. I think if we were to get this kind of kit, I think we'd be pretty damn happy with it. I think it's better than the kit we have now. A lot of people hate the kit we have now, which I don't understand. I got it, of course, because it has no logo. There's no front of shirt sponsor yet. I wish I got last year's one in the exact same way, but this one is pretty nice. I'm a big fan of it. Actually, I'd be a big fan of this home kit. Of course, it's a prediction. It's not a total what we're gonna get, but it's a pretty good prediction, and it looks like it has a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? It has a lot of I can't think of the word. Whatever. This is a kit that we might be thinking of. It might be the thing we get. I think this is pretty good to be honest, and I like to be getting it. So in other news, let's go to Ben Chilwell. This is a thing that I expected. I totally expected to have Chelsea have a problem with the sale of Ben Chilwell, and it looks like it's going to happen. It's going to be a struggle to sell him. And what do you think's going to happen? He's played one game all season. He played in the Carabao Cup, first game of the Carabao Cup year, and he hasn't played since. He's been literally doing nothing for the last 6 months. And it might be another 6 months we see with him sitting on the sideline. So we'll see if that's the case or not. But let's get into it. Of course, we've seen that the tactical he's been excluded because of tactics. But he also, I think, if we're not mistaken, he earns 200,000 a week, and he doesn't even play. So he signed a 4-year contract extension, I think, in 2023. So the beginning of last year. The beginning of last year, he signed a contract extension. That's nuts. Chile signed a contract extension last year, and he doesn't even play. That's crazy. Of course, this is what Maresca said. There's a lot of players that are unfortunately didn't play a lot with us in competitions, like Chilwell and Carney. They want to play games, and I don't think they will play games, and I think they would leave. Now, do I think that guys like Chilwell and Carney should be excluded? No. I think Chilwell is a great player. Of course, I think he actually doesn't fit this tactic. I think I agree with Maresca in the terms. I think that he's more of a Tuchel-style wing back where he bombs up and down the field. Of course, I think Chilwell is a good enough player to maybe play this tactic eventually. People can learn, but I think it's just one of those things where they want to get him off the books. 200,000 a week is just so not the style of this team, especially when this guy's not even playing. So getting him off the books is going to be so difficult. And Carney, of course, Carney's another one where you're just sitting here like Carney would have been a great player and maybe getting starting playing time, if not bench rotation time, if it wasn't for his injury against West Ham. Of course, he scored in that West Ham game last year, but of course, because of the long term injury he got, he never got consistent playing time for the rest of that year. And he's a guy who needs that consistent playing time. And I think he has around a $47 million release clause, if I'm not mistaken. They want 40 to 45 million for him. If we can get that, that's an amazing deal. But at this point, it's always I'd love to get that much money. I'd love to keep Carney, but he's not going to get the playing time. And of course, look at how many injuries Chilwell has had. He's registered 107 appearances, contributing 9 goals, 12 assists, and then he's played. Obviously, we know he's been played crucial roles. And then let's see, under Mauricio Pochettino's last management season, he only managed 21 appearances. 21 is not enough. I'd love to see the statistics. Oh, here we go. Causing him to miss over 100 games for both club and country since his arrival at Chelsea. 100 games missed is nuts. Him and Reece James were nutty before their injuries. But, dude, this is another level of missed games. Him and Reece are on a crazy trajectory for missed games. And he obviously hasn't needed to miss any games this season. He's only missed games because he hasn't been chosen. And he's not even in the lineups for any of the registration periods or anything. He's not included. Which sucks for him, but this is just you can't miss games if you're not selected. And well, at least we know he's healthy if he does leave. Of course, I think he will leave, but it's going to be only harder when you have limited choices because not many teams are interested in him. So getting into the last piece of news, of course, Christopher Nkunku was offered by his agent to Barcelona. And this is an immediate story where I immediately think of it as absolute nonsense. The reason I think of it as absolute nonsense is because before I even delve into this story, and I think it probably talks about it in the story, we know Barcelona are an absolute financial disaster right now. They're a financial disaster right now. So we talked to, and we already also heard that Nkunku said himself that he doesn't want to leave as it stands. He's frustrated with his playing time, and he knows he can play. That's why he got pissed off in the Bournemouth game because he's not starting, and he scored that goal. But he's frustrated with his PT. And we can understand, we all can understand that. This guy's a world-class player when he's at his peak. We saw what he could do at Leipzig. We saw what he did in PSG in his limited time there. This guy's incredible. This guy's a great, absolutely amazing player, but he needs the PT. And he's not getting it. But his agent offering him to Barcelona is ridiculous. He knows their financial situation. They have to make sales. They have to make sales on the Dani Olmo situation. So what makes them think they can afford him at Barca? Dude, they can't afford anything at Barca. So they need to restrict their finances. They might have to look more into their youth academy, Barcelona. So this is already one I can cross off the board, I think, immediately. But let's just see what the article has to say. I actually immediately, when I'm looking at this, especially for next sporting project, which aims to strengthen their wing position, immediately a bad choice. If they were to play him on the wing, they would never see anything like it out of Nkunku. He's a number 10 or a false 9. This guy cannot play on the wings. He's a middle-only player. I don't see a way that, I don't see a reason they would ever play him on the wing. Like, it's kind of useless to see him play on the wing. So the player's agent has indicated that Nkunku will be open to adjusting his salary to fit Barcelona's budget. So he's actually saying he would take a pay cut to go to Barca. I mean, that would be incredible for Barca. But again, that would be a massive pay cut. Like, how can they even afford? They would have to pay us, I think, 60 to 65 million. Chelsea have already stated that they want their money back if they were to sell Nkunku, which I can understand the exact reasoning for that. He's still a player in his peak. He's still a really good player. He showed his quality even though he's in the games he's played so far. So, yeah, of course, get our money back. So, however, Barcelona's financial situation remains complicated, and they do not plan to enter the transfer market in January. Immediately, this is where this story delves, and immediately, basically, is a disaster because I can't see a way that they enter the transfer market, and they can't see a way they enter the transfer market. So, Nkunku, if he is going to leave, it's 100% going to be with a team that can, one, afford him, and two, pay his wage. He's got a massive wage right now, and they're going to have to pay a massive fee. So pay the Bucks and pay him. One of the two. Actually, two of the two. So let me know what you guys think of the stories. I think that the Chilwell is definitely going to be leaving. I think Carney will definitely leave. I don't know what to think about the jersey. I think I'd love to see that as our jersey next season, but of course, there's like a 0% chance that that's our actual home kit for next season. It might be something sort of like it, but of course, it won't be anything that is exactly that template. So, we'll see. But I hopefully it will be a bit more standard next season. And of course, Nkunku is not going to go anywhere for the. I think Nkunku will be here until at least the summer of next season, where by summertime we might be saying other things. We might be seeing some crucial guys go, and Nkunku might be one of them. So, let you guys think. Like and subscribe to the video. I mean, really beneficial. You guys like and subscribe. I really, really, really benefit that. Look at the Instagram and TikTok, Nicholas Perspective CSC on both of those. See you guys for tomorrow's match preview because, of course, on Wednesday is Christmas. We won't be able to post anything on Christmas. So, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.